What's up, everyone? This is Candis Dyer with Canna Corner, and we broadcast live normally on Facebook every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Today, we are doing a pre recording because my guest, Wendy Love Edge, is um, got something going on Monday. So, we wanted to get her on, though. So, this is not a live show. This is a pre recording of the Canna Corner. I just wanted to thank every one of the sponsors that we have: the Human Solution International, the Wendy Love Edge show, WJAE 420. They replay Canna Corner, as well as KM 420 radio. They replay Canna Corner. So big shout out to them. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Miss Wendy Love Edge. Bringing her in now. Hi, Wendy. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just trying to get over this little cold thing.
Oh, yeah.
So just bear with me. I might be sniffling over here, but we're
Oh,
going to
no
get this
problem.
interview done.
Yeah.
Cool
Well, I'm
deal.
glad
Well,
to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
definitely. Always love having you on the show. I think you've been on a couple of times, and I love listening to your show. And I know you got, you said a new season coming up. You want
Yeah.
to tell
Yeah.
everyone about that?
Yeah, we're going through some changes, and it's bittersweet but also really exciting. Topher Kogan has left as of the end of season 4, which was like the never-ending season. We kept doing it from home and thinking that things were going to open up and we'd be back in the studio. So we just kept going with 4, and then that never happened.
Right.
um, but that's okay. It's been an interesting journey learning to do the show from home, and setting up a home studio and all that. Um, but yeah, so Topher is on his way. You can find him at kogantown.com. That's his new project, and it was such an honor working with him through all those seasons. Um, and it's funny because I think I say this in the last episode. I can be a little bit too trusting sometimes with people, or really it's that I see all their greatness, even if that's not who they really are.
Right.
And so sometimes I get burned. And Topher would always say to me, you have to know people for at least 4 seasons before you do anything really big. And so I
Right.
was thinking, here we are, we finished 4 actual full seasons of the show. I think I know him pretty well. He's
Right.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, we
Um,
love him. He does a great job. He's really funny, and he's a
yeah,
comedian, right?
he is. He's a comedian, and an activist, and an actor, so many things, a writer. He's also doing some screenplay writing now, also, and he really enjoys that. And I'm gonna miss him, but he's very empowering too. We talked about it at length, and I decided not to have a regular co-host, to actually try. I think this is part of my journey. I started in 2011 being very ill and told that I was going to die. And then when cannabis kind of saved my life and other natural health methods, I haven't been able to be quiet about it, right?
Right.
But I still never fully, in an empowered way, stepped into myself. I think as women, sometimes we do that, where we're doing projects with other people, and lifting up alone can be a little harder.
Right.
And so I decided I want to do that as an example, for other women too, to be able to be alone in the project and making all the decisions, about guests, and uh, the bulk of the interviews, and sometimes just myself alone on the screen. It's a challenge as a prior trauma victim in life too. There's all of that rolled
Right.
into it. So it's therapeutic, and I hope entertaining, as we continue. And I've invited you to be one of the co-hosts, coming up. I think it's the second show in season 5.
I'm so
Um,
excited. Yes, I
yeah,
cannot wait.
yeah, it'll be lots of fun, and so this is fun too, being able to choose some different guest co-hosts as we go along in the season. People who I respect and admire their work, and so I'm excited to have you and the others that I'm working on for the show. But the very first one I'm going to do without a co-host, as a challenge to myself creatively, and as an empowered woman. It's time to do that.
Well, I know you're gonna do a fantastic job. You're always very, entertaining and educating as well. I learn
Oh,
a lot
thank
listening,
you.
to your show for sure. Since you brought up your illness, for those of my, audience that don't know,
Mhm.
what your battle was and how cannabis helped you, can you go ahead and kinda elaborate on that a little bit?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So in 2011, I was diagnosed with a disease called dermatomyositis. It's an autoimmune and inflammatory disease where your body eats your skin and muscle cells. And I already had other, chronic health problems, but I raised a family, had a home, worked, I could do everything, but I had challenges, but not like this.
Right,
And so I ended up in a power wheelchair and unable to care for myself. And on 16 pharmaceuticals, both pills and injections, chemotherapy, huge doses of steroids, um,
wow,
and gabapentin, Cymbalta, Xanax, Valium, morphine, Percocet, the
right,
list, right? We hear
right,
this list from other people. Polypharmacy is a huge problem in this country, because after you take 2 pills, right, they know the side effects and interactions. After that, they really don't know what happens. So
right,
as your pill list gets longer, all kinds of things can happen.
right,
And I got this from taking a statin drug. So most people who get dermatomyositis have some kind of cancer. So the first thing they did was check me for every type of cancer, and I did not have cancer, thankfully.
wow,
But I did have this, and less than 1% of people who take a statin drug for high cholesterol will contract this serious illness that can kill you.
oh, wow,
Um, so yeah, so I went along, I listened to everything they said. I believed them when they said that I could die, and I wanted to survive. And so I just wanted to do everything they said, not really realizing I was completely bulldozed on all this stuff and really out of my mind. Like, I had no idea. Like,
right,
Angela will tell me stuff now and I don't remember. I don't remember what happened. It's really crazy. There was no way I could continue. I was just surviving.
right,
You know, I asked them what I could come off of after the acute phase was over, and they kept telling me nothing. You have a diagnosis to go with everything. So I decided I would wean off the drugs and see what would happen.
right,
After I had an epiphany, I was sitting on the couch. I can still picture it in my house, Massachusetts, and I just heard this voice that said, "Your body can heal itself," which I knew that was true. I was a health professional prior to all this,
right,
but you just kind of, when they tell you you're going to die, you just kind of, everything else gets shut out off.
right,
If you're a survivor and you just want to live, like, you'll just listen, like, all rationality goes out the window. At
right.
least it did for me. Maybe, not for everyone, but
No, that's
uh,
gotta be scary.
yeah, so I started weaning off the drugs and went into full withdrawal. I had no idea I was addicted to opiates. um, all of it,
Right.
that list of drugs, most of it is highly addictive.
Yes.
And I was taking them as prescribed, but I was completely addicted to them. So I went into full withdrawal, shaking, sweating, like the whole
Wow.
thing. But I had already changed my mind. I decided I could be healthier, and I knew that if everything stayed the same, I was not going to be healthier.
Right.
This was going to be my life. And so I kept going, and then a friend came by, and offered me some cannabis. She said she's in her 60s at the time, and she said, you know, I've been using this my whole life, like, because I was like, I'm trying to get off drugs. Why are you offering
Right,
me
right,
drugs? And she said, listen, I've been using this my whole life, and I can tell you that I think this will help you, and you could just try it. And if you don't want to do it anymore, don't do it. I
right,
mean, I just figured, what do I have to lose? And the first few puffs, I knew it was my medicine. I could feel it like locking into that endocannabinoid system. I didn't know what that was, but it was
right,
like boom, like, and the pain went down almost nothing. And so it took me on this journey, really, of self-discovery and self-healing. But then I think this plant really lends itself to community and to all the other things that go with it, the environment and the food supply. And like, it's like
right,
you can't uh kind of understand and buy into this plant without in my opinion, without all
right.
these other things. And that's why we end up doing all this activism work. It's all related.
Definitely.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Um, so yeah, so I mean, I realized, I was living in a state where there was medical cannabis, but it was $200 to go see the doctor to get recommendations. They didn't have dispensaries up. You could get a caregiver, but it was only word of mouth. Nobody had a list
Right,
anyway. Like, it was just so shady,
right,
and expensive. I mean, I remember seeing the doctor, getting recommendations, paying the state, and then, like, I just spent like $250 and nothing. I have nothing. I have no medicine.
right, right,
you know and I have to wait for the card. So that launched me into helping others to understand health and wellness, understand the plant, and improve access. And so yeah, I had a nonprofit for 6 years called Bulldozer Health, and we helped people to do that. We help people to access alternative health too, because it wasn't just the
right,
cannabis. Like, I started taking other herbal treatments. I saw a chiropractor. He got me off of the arm crutches. I had progressed from a wheelchair to a walker to arm crutches, and I just couldn't get off of them. And it was the chiropractor that helped me with that. And I
wow,
remember the first day I went in, standing up, looking him in the eye, and it was totally different than walking on crutches where you're
right,
hunched over. So people need access not only to cannabis education and the medicine itself, but to understand how the body works and what their options are. That's what my show came out of. I just
right.
want everybody to understand there are so many options besides pills, tests, and
Yep.
surgery. Your doctor is just going to offer you pills, tests, and surgery,
Yes.
you know, and some hospitals, if you're using cannabis, I think all use is medical use, but if you're using it medicinally, they may not treat you. There's so
Ye-
many issues surrounding it, so many things we still have to work on.
Yes, I have to pass a drug test every 3 months to continue to be on the pain management that I'm on for my back. But we can't get medical cannabis here.
Yeah.
I can't qualify for it. So black market is my only choice, and then I take the low dose of tramadol. I will not take anything more than that.
Mhm,
Um, I was on 1 milligram 3 times a day as Xanax, and all the psych medicine, Seroquel,
mhm.
Paxil, you name it, I was on it. I've been off of all that for 12 years. So
Wow,
I'm really,
congratulations.
really totally understand what you're talking about. And it does come with more than just cannabis. It's your healthy eating, your
Mhm.
exercise, your lifestyle change. Um, all of it is involved with helping us heal and get better.
Yeah, I mean, cannabis, so I said this one time in a group or something, or I posted it, and someone really took exception to it, but I believe this is the truth. Cannabis can create homeostasis. Cannabis creates balance in your body. And that from there, all your other health benefits can come. when people balk at that, it's simply reefer madness, that's
Right.
all. And so once you get it in balance, yeah, you go see the chiropractor, the acupuncturist, you start moving your body a little more
Right.
and not eating processed food and drinking a little more water, you feel better.
Yes.
Imagine that,
Yes. Feel better, get more energy, feel like you can do more. You just feel healthier all the way around.
Yeah, and I think music and art are involved in that too, what we see around us, what we engage in for, extracurricular activities, how we, what we look at every day. All these things are also important. What we listen to, what we put into our ears,
Definitely. Yeah.
and so it's all related too. And I think it hits the same place in our spirit, whether you're listening to music and you know smoking a joint or eating a nice meal and watching something that excites you, it's it's all related.
Right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
positive vibes and energy and the positive things that you put in,
Hmm.
more positive things will happen, but the more negative stuff that you seep in, then you're gonna get that out of life
Yeah.
for
I
sure.
yeah. I totally feel that way. I know sometimes people go through periods where it seems like it's one thing after another, and if you say something positive like that, they're like, oh yeah, right. What am I doing? I'm doing the best I can, and I just think, what can go wrong will go wrong, sure. It's your attitude about it.
Right,
And as much, even, I have times, sure, where I give in to the stress and,
right,
like crying or, whatever, feeling really worried about the future, that's part of anxiety and all
right.
that. But, I think you can still try to keep a positive attitude as much as possible. It positive reaches out for more positive.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Heck yeah. Well, I know that you also have a radio show. Can you
Mhm.
talk a little bit about that? You're actually a sponsor of Canna Corner and Replay Canna Corner. So
Oh, right, the radio station.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. So we Angela and I decided to start the radio station like in the kind of in the height of the pandemic when everybody was home. And one of the things that we definitely do wherever we are is try to create community. And it was really difficult because nobody
Right,
is gathering and people are just in their homes and a lot of people on social media. So we decided to start WJA 420, and then we decided to kind of focus on cannabis themed music, but also women in music because women's the representation of female artists is so small.
right,
um, and so that's really important to us, and have some live shows that will create community, like invite everybody to get on, and you can text with us. We have a text number that people can text while we're on, and so that's kind of how it started. And people seem to like it. And so I decided to add some talk shows because I think cannabis talk shows are really important. We're all working toward the same thing, just in different ways. And
right.
prohibition, break the stigma, give people a voice for their stories. And so I started reaching out to some shows that I really like and that I think the community likes. And then Lee Estes got involved. He's an activist that I've done several projects
Lovely.
with.
The great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. And so he decided to produce a radio version for Walking Through the Pain, Seth Cunningham show,
Yeah.
and we added that. Um, and uh, and then I reached out to Colton Turner, who is an activist, and a lot of people know his story, and I knew he was interested in making a podcast. So they do a live show, the Turners, actually not just Colton, but his family, his
Awesome.
parents do a show also. So I wanted to have kind of a platform that create a community and give people a voice in a place another place they can air their show.
Right.
And so yeah, it's been lots of fun. And Lee has produced a few holiday episodes. We had one for Halloween, and we had one at Christmas time. And we had people from all over the country just gathering on the radio, listening to the special that Lee created
Wow.
for those holidays. So yeah, people are still, I wondered as people start moving around more. Some people are getting vaccinated. Some people are, just things are opening up more. Are
Right.
people still going to want to gather on this little radio station? But they see, it
Oh
seems
yeah.
so. so,
Yeah.
so we'll just keep going, and it's fun. It's fun,
It's
and we
about
have.
the family. It's about the getting together with like-minded, you know what I mean,
Mhm,
people, and uh you're always gonna want to be around that, like
yeah,
even when it opens back up. But that's
yeah.
awesome. Congratulations on everything working out and doing so well.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
I know
Yeah.
that you have the is it called Relevant? Rel
Yeah, relevant. So yeah, they approached us about our show. My wife's Angela's production company produces the Wendy Love Edge show, and they sent an email talking about some sponsorship, and so I checked it out. And I had checked out the other audio app that everybody is into, though not everybody is on there. The other
right.
one, the club, you have to be invited, and it's only for iPhone, so
Wow.
it's not really for everybody. So
Right.
it wasn't my cup of tea really. But so when I got this email, I was like, well, let's take a look at it, and so I did, and actually I really liked it because it's interactive. It's not just play the audio and you can't answer questions or talk
Right.
to people, so it's again creating community. So I loved that. And
Definitely.
they specifically are seeking cannabis content, so that excited me too, because we've all been tortured by these platforms that we are breaking their terms of service
Yes.
continually. It is our fault, but why do they have these rules on their terms of service?
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, it's ridiculous, like,
yeah.
uh,
And so to be on this platform and be told, hey, how about we build the cannabis content, like, you know, so I started reaching out to people, and agreed to do this live podcast called Weed Speak on their app. And
right,
so I'm kind of just pulling people in, finding out what they're doing for their projects about cannabis, and then inviting them to start their own vibe on there. So it's called Weedopedia, is the collection on Relevant, which I think is a brilliant name,
right, I
Weedopedia.
love it.
Yeah, and I want it to be Weedopedia. I want it to be filled with content of from all different
Right,
cannabis backgrounds. Whether you're growing or working with plant prisoners, or whatever it happens to be. So, and it's happening. It's exciting. It's hard to initially to get people to look at a new app. We've all been inundated
oh,
with
yeah,
social media, especially the last year. A lot of us, like me, have been home, and really social media is what we've had, right?
right, right.
So but check it out. I think you checked it out.
Yes, and I'm gonna actually open one up for Canna Corner. I just
Oh, nice.
with Colorado and everything, I'm just getting back into town and getting over this stuff, and but
Yeah,
as soon as all that settles down, I'm gonna go and open one up for Canna Corner for sure,
nice.
and,
Yeah, once you do, I think we chatted on the Wendy Love Edge show vibe.
yes,
Once you get your vibe up for Canna Corner, let's set up a Weed Speak and talk about what your show is. And
awesome,
and yeah, I don't
definitely.
mean to put you on the spot, but
Oh, no, no,
yeah.
no, never. I'm always down to help with anything that you've got going on. Y'all do an
Oh,
amazing job, and
same here. Yeah, I mean, the app, it took me by surprise. I was a little skeptical. Like I said, I think we're all a little skeptical with everything we've been inundated with,
Right,
but
right,
it's super easy to use. You just go to the App Store or Google Play and download Relevant for free.
right.
Make a profile, which takes like a minute.
Yeah, it didn't take me long at all.
Yeah, and then follow Weed Speak, follow the Wendy Love Edge show, follow Canna Corner when she's when she's
Yes,
up and running. And I tell cannabis people, just follow everybody, follow all the cannabis vibes.
right.
Let's make a community here, you know. So I encourage everyone, and if you have questions, you know, reach out to me. I'd be happy to help.
Awesome. Yes, definitely we'll be sharing all that information whenever I put this video on Facebook down in the comments and stuff for everything that we're
Nice,
talking about too. So for
nice.
sure. Uh,
I'm so excited. I'm gonna get to meet you.
I know. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about that yet.
Okay, all right.
So,
So
but
it's a little
yes,
teaser. It's a little teaser for
teaser,
yeah.
June-ish, y'all.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because I don't want to say anything yet because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to yet. But big things coming. I cannot wait to meet Miss Wendy, and y'all just stay tuned.
Same
Y'all are
here.
gonna love it.
Yes, same
Heck
here.
yeah.
I'm
But
excited.
I did want to congratulate you. Mike Wise has the
Oh, the
one-
Cannabis Awards.
yes,
Yeah.
cannabis award,
Mhm.
and I know that you won. Which category was it again?
Patient it's called patient choice. So I guess people can vote for any reason.
Right, right.
I think they like my curls, maybe. I don't know.
No, you are a wonderful patient man, and
Oh,
just
thank
big
you.
congratulations. And you know, you spread your story and tell everybody, and help educate the public, and that is just awesome. And I love what
Thank
you do.
you.
And I just wanted to congratulate you on that, and thank Mike Wise again for putting that on.
Yes. And you won also, didn't you?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Educator of the Year. Yes, I
Congratulations.
was so excited.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I'm so happy that he put that together. He's wonderful.
right. Yes,
Also,
he does a
yeah.
great job, man. He's like actually one of my heroes of cannabis.
Yes.
Alexis Bortel being the other one.
Mhm.
She's just amazing little girl and fights her little heart out, and her whole family is amazing. So those would be my two heroes of cannabis that I look up to. So I really love Mike, and he does a lot for the community for
He
sure.
does for sure. Yes.
So let's go ahead and tell everyone how they would find Miss Wendy if they don't know you already, which I doubt any of my listeners don't know you, but
Oh,
we'll go ahead and
you can find me most of the platforms. It's just at Wendy Love Edge, Instagram, Twitter. I also have on Twitter at WLE Show, so at the Wendy Love Edge Show. We're just changing over the social media and removing Topher Kogan. It's like it's so hard, you know. I love him to pieces. He's my weed son. But anyway, it's something that has to be done, you know. So we're just taking down Topher Kogan, and they're all at Wendy Love Edge. And
wishing the best of luck for him and
yeah,
everything that he has going on. He's gonna do big things. I know it.
he is, and once in a while, I think he'll come back and co-host with me for fun.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure
Yeah, yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Mhm.
Cool, cool.
All
Well, is
right,
there
and of
any
course you
other
can.
places?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, of course, on Relevant, it's also, I believe, at Wendy Love Edge, or on Weed Speak. You can send a private message or just follow and check it out.
Heck yeah. I'm excited. I'm gonna get mine started this week for
Nice.
sure. Like to tell the family about and let them know this is
Um,
coming up.
yeah, I hope that you'll check out the Wendy Love Edge show, season 5. It's going to be starting mid-May, and you can find it on canatube24.com. You can find it on Relevant, and you can find it on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. KM 420 Radio, WJA 420 Radio, Unity Radio. I'll have a list up on our Facebook page for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, Wendy, and
Thank
spending
you.
this time with me. I know you're very busy,
Thank you so
and
much.
much love and respect to you, and good luck on all your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Great to see you.
You have a wonderful day. Awesome, awesome, y'all. That was Wendy. I just wanted to go ahead and thank her very much one last time for coming on. Um, y'all stay tuned every Monday at 7 o'clock for Canna Corner. Normally, like I said, normally we're live, but we're doing the pre-recording this time for Miss Wendy because she gets really, really busy. But so I did want to tell y'all that we had a wonderful time in Colorado. Everything went well. We got to see the Sarge. We got to see Nico cash in, which I got me a shirt. And big shout out to Nico. We got to see them all perform. Solomus, Brandy Martinez was there, Farrah Hunter. We got to see 420 Minister, Garrett Mullins came out. Man, it was just a blast. Little Addie, he came out for a little while. Man, we just got to meet all kinds of people, and so we were up there for a week, and we just had a great time, y'all. So definitely wanted to give a big shout out to Sarge for putting that event on and for inviting us. It was a blast. Big shout out to Nico at Cash Entertainment. He's my bro. Y'all go check out his new album. I don't have it with me. Mine's in the car because I listen to it all the time. But it's a tape deck, but it's a USB port. So it plugs in, it looks like a tape cassette, which is really cool. And it plugs into any USB. So y'all go check out his new album. Um, and thank y'all for joining me. Y'all have a wonderful day.